Hello, 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 and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And this is our weekly live opportunity to talk to you, to answer your questions, to have conversations about what's going on in the GLP-1 news, to celebrate your wins, and just hang out for, I don't know, a couple hours generally.
A couple hours goes crazy. Okay. So we make videos every day. We live a GLP-1 lifestyle.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know
but
what that
okay.
means. It just came to me. I lost 50 pounds on tirzepatide, GLP-1 tirzepatide. Christopher lost over 100 pounds. We've been in maintenance now. I've been in maintenance for a couple years. Still take a weekly shot of 10 milligrams. Christopher stays on the highest dose of 15. And so we've been through the whole gamut. We've been through the weight loss part. We've been through the you had to stop for a colonoscopy part.
Several times.
We've gotten to maintenance.
You want to talk about a colon cleanse?
We've lost weight. We've gained some weight. We've pretty much maintained. I mean, I've pretty much maintained within 2 pounds of my goal for the past couple of years, which is crazy, right? I never how do people maintain so closely their weight? Over time, it just came that way. I started at 193 pounds. I got down to 138 pounds, and today I'm 146 pounds. My goal is 145 plus or minus 2. So there you have it.
Which she doesn't actually hit a plus or minus 2. Usually it's 3 or 4, but
well, today it's plus 1.
Yeah.
So some days, it's different. But I've been trying to get back down to the 145, and I hit 145 like 2 days ago, and then I popped back up. And you might think, well, Laraine, why you weigh yourself every day? That's dumb. And you'd be right, but that's just what I do, and I'm not probably going to stop doing that. So, I weigh myself every day. Did you weigh yourself today?
I did weigh myself
You were
today.
telling me something today about your weight in particular.
I did. So I don't, people talk about side effects all the time, and I've never really been constipated. In fact, my version of digestive issues is my entire life I've been a very active digester, we'll say.
Like a little too not
diagnosable by any means, but
we go out to eat, and sometimes we have to immediately.
So I realized,
find the restroom.
When was that? When did I tell you? Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
Monday. Gosh, I don't think I've pooped, and I don't even know.
Which is unusual for you.
Yeah.
It's not unusual for me.
No.
That's pretty much.
And I've never taken anything for constipation at all. No remedies whatsoever.
I've never. He told me this morning. He goes, I took a couple of your
Mago 7s.
I won't say GLP-1s. I took a couple of your Mago 7s last night, and I was like,
Monday night. Yeah.
You did? You don't what? What do you mean?
And I wasn't hurting. There was no distress or anything. I was just I should probably do something about that.
So, and how? Work?
I was bound down 3 pounds after that. Worked very well.
Very well. I guess maybe we pay more attention to these things now that we're on these medications than maybe we used to. And then the whole thing about, the cyclospora stuff, and people on social media going, is this a normal amount of diarrhea, or did I catch the cyclospora thing that's going around? So I've been very cautious about fresh fruits and vegetables. Make sure you wash everything very thoroughly, cook them very thoroughly.
And always remember, nobody got cyclospora from a Diet Coke.
Or a Pop-Tart.
I don't know about Pop-Tarts.
No.
Anyway, so more than that, though, we're not doctors. We're just an average suburban couple in Charlotte, North Carolina, who lost some weight using these medications. We didn't do anything special, but we're happy to talk to you about
our results are 100% duplicatable, and a lot of you out there are duplicating them. I talk to people all the time. I'm like, that story sounds a lot like mine. Because we're 57. Christopher's going to be 58 next month, so he'll be much older than me in a few weeks. And
much older, 6 months.
He's much older.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a lot of people are Gen X kind of generation grew up with our moms taking us to Weight Watchers, or our moms taking us to the doctor saying, my child is fat. What am I going to do? And the doctor saying, I don't know, give her skim milk and put her in year-round swim team and stuff like that. So a lot of us have similar situations like that. A lot of people went to Weight Watchers for years. I did Jenny Craig. I did Nutris. I remember my mom taking me to Nutrisystem when I was 13.
So
I got a lot of traumas.
Lived experience, and over the past really 2 years, we started this channel in March of 2024. We started our medication in September of 2023. So we started the channel in March of 2024 and started interviewing people pretty quickly thereafter.
Yeah.
So we've got more than 150 interviews with all
Real
kinds of people who have just started their journeys, people who have lost 350 pounds.
All and everything in between, right? So it's really amazing to, and that's why we do these lives too, because I really like talking to people and hearing their stories and hearing their successes and telling people about these GLP-1 medications. These Ozempic was out for a long time before anybody knew anything about it. So I think now the word is really exploding with the Bridge program going live on July 1st. I don't want this to turn into a whole Bridge conversation.
But it can. That's fine.
We're happy to answer a few questions. Now, Christopher's made 6 videos about the Bridge program. So if you have a question, I would direct you to those or direct you to the CMS
Feel free to
website. But it's a little tricky. So, and then for the rest of us that aren't on Medicare, we're not Medicare age. We're 57. What does that mean? Where does that leave us?
I made a whole video about that too.
He made a whole video about that. It's about 2 videos back, 1 or 2 videos back. So that just came out this week. So check that out. I put out a YouTube short this week that said.
Well, before you jump into that, because I know where you're going with that.
All right.
I was trying to finish up kind of setting up who we are and what we do.
Oh, I thought we were done with that part.
No. We've got a little more there. A little more there. So over 150 interviews with real people using the medication.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you an amazing depth. If you learn one thing from every one of those people, it's worth it. I promise you. Go watch the videos. We've also had the privilege of interviewing some of the most prestigious scientists, doctors, nutrition or dietitians, researchers from around the world. So I actually was counting today, and there's about 50 of those interviews out there right now.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm.
We got to go to Obesity Week in Atlanta this past year, set up a podcast booth there, and interviewed some of the leading researchers in the world that were there. There's lots of interviews coming from there. It just means we've deeply immersed ourselves in that. We're not doctors. I did not go to school for medicine. I did not go to school for nutrition.
I have a degree in marketing.
Yeah, I have a degree in philosophy. So I don't know that my degree is getting us very far. We're not doctors, but we've talked to a lot of people. And if we can answer your question, if we can help you out, we're more than happy to. And if you'd like to come on the Downsized Dish and tell us your story, this week we interviewed for the first time a type 1 diabetic.
Type 1.
That
really
interview
helped.
Who is on the medication and doing very, very well with it. I also interviewed a gentleman who is a quadriplegic.
Yeah. Doing
extremely well, really happy with it. Fascinating interview, but the depth of and variety of experiences that people have out there that they're bringing their own knowledge to these conversations is amazing. So come on, go to the downsized.org and you can sign up to do a Downsized Dish interview. And we'd love to hear your story. If you're waiting for a personal invitation, this is your personal invitation. You, right there on the couch.
You think they're watching us from their couch?
Yeah, about 40% of them are watching from TV.
Well, if you're watching from the couch, click like. I'm going to see how many likes get clicked. Go ahead, click them. Am I out there? Is this thing on? Oh, there's one person. Thank you. Okay. So what can I say?
Yes,
can I tell
go
them
ahead.
what I was going to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So this week I put up a little poll as a YouTube short that said, give me your number 1 tip for getting started on GLP-1. If you're going to tell somebody, because there's a lot of people getting started right now between Bridge program, people hearing about the Bridge program, trying it, then wanting to get on anyway. A lot of people coming to the GLP-1 space. So this YouTube short, it's got over 4,000 views, and it's got 221 comments. But the cool thing about one of these features in YouTube is that you can use AI, the AI feature, to summarize all those 221 comments. And I've pretty much read them all. I've pretty much responded to probably 95% of them. But I was just wondering, what's the AI going to say is the number one tip? And I think you out there, our OG watchers, will know what the number one tip is, because it's something that Mr. Durham says every single time. And what is it? Somebody put it in the chat. First one, put it in the chat wins. What does Christopher Durham say his number one tip is? Got to go all the way to the end.
I gotta go.
Whoops.
That wasn't helpful.
I didn't prepare him.
Oh, Jess says she is watching from the couch.
Oh, okay. Well, this is where the time lag comes into a little bit. But viewers emphasize the most critical steps for success involve overcoming the fear of starting immediately while pairing the medication with extensive self-education and proactive lifestyle changes. The number one, a significant portion of the community urges newcomers to stop hesitating and, quote, take the shot. That's what it says. The number one tip. Noting that the administrative hurdles like insurance and pharmacy delays means one should start the process as soon as possible. Yeah, take the shot. Start right away. Don't put it off. Don't delay. You might have it in the fridge right now. I bet somebody watching right now has the medication in their refrigerator.
Whether it's the shot or the pill, doesn't matter.
Well, they probably don't have the pill in the refrigerator, but they probably have. A lot of people get the medication.
A lot of people are keeping the oral Wegovy in their fridge because it has to be maintained at a temperature.
Well, it's so darn hot right now. Does it have to be below 80 like the liquid?
I don't remember specifically what the temperature is, but it has to be maintained.
I mean, today at our house, it's 91 degrees at 7 o'clock in the evening. So it's hot out there. But I thought that was really funny that the number one tip that people said back to me was my husband's words. Just take the shot. So
I say it all the time.
Says it all the time.
Nobody else listens to me here. So thank you very much.
Thank y'all for listening, because nobody listens to him in this house. That's for sure. No, just kidding.
Well, let's see who's out there. Hello, Anna Hoover.
It's Anna Hoover. Hey, Anna Hoover.
Maria Zepbound Journey says, can't wait to set up an interview, Laraine, when I get back from vacation.
Nice.
Maria,
Okay, Maria,
you don't have to wait. You can set up the interview right now. The calendar is actually open for the next year. So you can go pick a time. You can pick a time in December if you want. It doesn't really matter. Go pick a time. We'll do an interview.
Well, I interviewed JC Calamity Jane today. She's got a channel. And she said, somebody said that I should talk to you guys last fall, but I wasn't ready yet.
It was Darium.
I wanted to, get my act together and get myself together. And, people want to know about the success. Yes. They like to see the pounds lost, but people also want to know about your struggle, because that is something everybody can relate to is the struggle, right? We're all hopefully going to get to that weight that we want to be at some point in the future. We just have to just keep going, just keep swimming. But it's a struggle that is interesting, because everybody has the struggles, and how we deal with them is what people want to see. All right, Brian Silver, Health Quest. Good evening. Scale gave me a whoosh today to a new 40-year low. You got to love it when that happens. Yeah, well, that's good. Excellent, Brian. Yeah, sometimes, you just like level and then whoosh, like Christopher with his 3-pound Mago 7 whoosh. That's never happened to me like that.
I guess I was full of it.
His words, y'all, not mine.
I never disputed that. Oh, hang on. The confetti is still going. Well, there we go.
Are you planning to do a meetup in Chicago? And if so, do you know when?
Yes, we are planning to do a meetup in Chicago. I think if you go to our website, although you can't register for it yet, I think the date's actually on there. It's in.
We're doing it before.
It's in November.
Thing? Before the other thing, or after?
Before.
After.
I don't. It's in November.
I'll tell you what day it's not. It's not November 16th, but it might be either the 15th or the 17th. I don't remember where we put it. We have an event that we produce actually in Rosemont on the 16th. So probably the gathering we're going to just have it in Rosemont, right? Which is closer to the airport.
It'll probably be in
haul out
Rosemont.
to-
I'm not sure where it'll be
We're
though.
not
So
sure,
let's just, but it'll be in November.
Yeah.
In mid-November.
Yeah, coming soon. We've got a super chat from Nelson Smith, a $10 super chat. Thank you, Nelson. My shot is in my hotel fridge in Boston, and the ice pack is in the freezer. Off to California tomorrow. Well, you're a traveling man. That's good. Just keep it. Yeah, you want to keep it cool. And once it comes to room temperature, you pretty much can leave it at room temperature. Make sure it doesn't get above 80 degrees.
Thank you, Nelson. Let's see. Anthony says hello.
Anthony's here.
We got about 1 million comments here right now, so we're going to move through some of the hellos.
Yeah. And in case, our cat JoJo, she usually joins us. She's outside. I don't know where she is. So she might come in and come up in a little while. Val says, hit the like button. Start your questions with QQQ or question marks, please. That helps Mr. Durham pick them out of the crowd there.
Well, thank you.
Holmes 5955. I finally caught you live. You caught us. Yeah, we're live most Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will not be live next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live at other times.
Right. So next week we are going to Orlando, Florida for the Obesity Action Coalition's Your Weight Matters conference. And we'll have a podcast studio set up.
Yeah.
We'll be interviewing folks coming off of this, the speakers coming off of the stage, some very prominent doctors and such. So it should be very exciting, as well as there's a lot of you coming. So I would expect to see several lives during the week, probably during the daytime, because we can have some guests with us. Perhaps if you remember how the one in Atlanta, we'll have a much better. We actually have a enclosed conference room that's glassed off, so it should be much quieter. But it should be very good. So you'll probably see us actually live more next week than most weeks, but it will not be at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights.
Just to give you a heads up there. And Members Live probably also will not be on Tuesday. I think I'm
not sure
decided.
when Members Live will be, but we will be flying. So
maybe we'll do it Monday. Would probably be better. Yeah. So we'll keep you posted, members. Thanks. And if you're a member, thanks for being a member. Texas Shane, Christopher, your video earlier today on Foundayo was excellent.
Well, thank you.
What did it say?
Texas Shane is a member.
I haven't watched it yet. What did it say?
Well, that was part of my American Diabetes Association. So the American Diabetes held a conference in New Orleans in June that I've been walking through. Basically, it'll be the nine videos. I think that was the 5th or 6th one. And what was presented there. Now that's a diabetes conference. So remember, it's always going to be focused on diabetes. But as I say,
Foundayo's for diabetes.
Foundayo is approved. It will be approved very quickly for diabetes. They presented the diabetes research.
Got it.
And it should be presented very quickly. But remember, the Venn diagram for diabetes and for obesity almost overlaps. I mean, a lot.
Well, it does have a.
Well, it goes a huge overlap.
Yeah.
What does it say? Foundayo's 12% weight loss. The side effects are kind of rough.
Wegovy pill is better.
Well, it says for diabetes, the Foundayo pill is better, but you have to remember for diabetes, they're comparing it to the diabetes doses of Rybelsus.
Oh, which are low. Right?
There's the highest doses that are in Foundayo
aren't there. What do you mean by that?
The highest doses that are in oral Wegovy are not in Rybelsus. So the diabetes dose does not go to the same level that the obesity dose goes to.
That Foundayo goes to, or that the Wegovy pill goes to.
The Wegovy pill goes to.
Gotcha. Yeah, because people are debating maybe, and not necessarily just type 2 diabetics, but a lot of people, should I try the Foundayo pill, the once daily, take any time of day pill, or the Wegovy, I have to take it in the morning on an empty stomach with 4 ounces of lesser water and wait 30 minutes.
And I don't think that matters even a little bit. I think Lily wants you to believe that matters. I don't think it really does.
That's what I would say.
They're the same basic price right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my conclusion, honestly, is if I were starting new,
If you had never taken a GLP-1 and you were brand
No
new
shots.
today,
If you were starting new, you walked into your doctor today,
give me that
and
pill.
basically they're both $149.
Give me the pill.
So if you're paying the cash price,
Yeah.
if you're paying cash, they're the same price. Side effects are less. Weight loss is potentially higher with oral Wegovy. I would take oral Wegovy.
Now the price goes up when you go up in dose.
It's still basically the same.
$199, $249, $299. I mean, it does go up.
Yeah, it goes up, right? But the two pills are basically the same price.
Two pills are basically the same price,
right?
But it's not $199 all doses. It's $199, and it goes up in price as you go up in dose.
It's $149. Yeah,
$149.
However, if your insurance will cover one of them,
do that one
for $25.
Do that.
Then that's the one to do. So if you're starting new, if I were switching over and wanted to, if I had been on the GLP-1, if I were on Zepbound, Mounjaro, or Tirzepatide, I would not switch to either one of those, even though it's cheaper. Somebody asked me that in the comments.
Either one of those.
Honestly, the research says you're going to gain.
You're going to gain weight. You're going to gain like 10 or 20 pounds. No, thank you.
Basically a pound a month.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I would not do that. If you're switching over from Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide, because both those pills are GLP-1s, Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide is a GLP-1, then the numbers looked really good. It would maintain you.
If you're switching over from semaglutide to Foundayo, you would do better.
To Foundayo oral, it'd be the same. It's a wash.
So if I'm taking a Wegovy injection and I want to switch to Foundayo pill, I could maintain whatever I'm doing. But if I'm on the Zepbound injection to go to the Foundayo, I would gain weight. So that's me. Well, I'm not on Zepbound. I'm on compounded tirzepatide. But to go from compounded tirzepatide to Foundayo, I don't want to. No. Why?
And Lily's lawyers are sitting out there going,
I mean,
I'm just telling you what
your research that was presented. So we didn't make this up. And go to Christopher's video, and he goes more in depth about the actual research. And you can go pull up these presentations from the ADA conference, right?
Yeah, all the research is available.
Yeah.
Mark Blackmore.
CD, where's your glasses?
I have contacts and glasses now. Ever since I lost my glasses in a jacuzzi in a hot tub on a cruise ship was last year sometime.
You decided
I have contacts.
You needed some contacts.
I have Univision, so one distance and one close. I don't know which one's which. I don't remember. So it doesn't work terribly well for me if I'm sitting at a computer. It works okay, but sometimes they just don't want to focus. So typically during the day, I will wear my glasses. It's just a little easier. If we're out or on a cruise or doing whatever, a lot of times I'll wear. And I just, I got my hair cut today, so I put contacts in.
Yeah, it's looking kind of gray there.
Oh yeah. We can fix it.
We need some hair dye. Lisa Glenn says, my job gets in the way of keeping up on your videos lately. I hate that. I hate when that job gets in the way of my internet time. Well, we appreciate you watching, Lisa, and we appreciate you being a member.
Kurt says, good evening, everyone. On the bridge for a few months. How do you switch to a different pharmacy road trip across different states next summer? Well, nobody's been on the bridge for a few months. It just opened July 1st, so nobody's been on it any longer than 15 days.
Yeah,
which means they haven't gotten a refill.
But if you get your bridge medication, if you pick it up at, say, CVS, and you need a refill, couldn't you direct it to a different CVS, like transfer it to a different CVS if I was like traveling?
Yeah, the pre-authorization goes with the patient. It doesn't go with the drugstore, so it shouldn't matter.
So I guess you could go into a CVS across the country and say, hey, I need my medicine, but it's at my San Diego CVS.
That would be the easiest way to do it.
Can you transfer the prescription?
If it was a CVS or a Walgreens or a Walmart or somebody that had a nationally connected computer, they should be able to pull it right up for you.
That's what I would do.
If you send it to, Susie's Pharmacy.
If you're going up in dose, though, that's a whole nother.
Well, if you're going up in dose, you have to get a new prescription
address.
Anyway.
Yeah, you get the pharmacy address, tell them the new address. Mindy M, GLP-1, Laraine, on Wednesdays we wear pink. Yeah, I have a lot of pink, and I think it goes good with the logo and the the whole thing. So, Sally Newhouse, hey, all you downsizers, keep on keeping on. Heart, I can never do that right. Heart. Christy Ann, hi from Tennessee. My mom picked up her $50 Zepbound today. Thanks again for all the bridge info that helps me help her. I'm excited for how it may help her lifelong battle with obesity and inflammation. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad she got approved. Kirsten's here. Oh, poop talk. I arrived just in time. You know how we love to talk about pooping. Gwen says, Kurt, I use CVS or Walmart. Just ask for it to be transferred to a store near you. Thank you, Gwen. That's exactly
and you could
what I
walk
said.
into any of the big chains. You could walk into any of their stores and go, hey, I have a prescription at 1234 Gilead Road or whatever, and can you get it? And they can. Yep. We don't have to have one store send it to the other. You could actually walk into any store and they could get access to it.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Did you? No, nobody knows.
All right. Todd Stevenson, good evening, Christopher and Laraine. Enjoy your video on what else you could do if not approved for bridge. And I left you a comment on the other option using prescription payment plan on Medicare. Were you the one that
I
said
saw that, Todd, and
your deductible?
I appreciate that.
There's so many people are on so many different plans and different deductibles. So maybe if you're buying Zepbound and it's going towards your deductible, at some point you hit your deductible and then it's a different price. So then if you calculate if you calculate it over the 12 months, what do you actually end up, what's your total cost over a year?
Well, Todd, I think said it was about $175 to $180.
Yeah, so a lot of people getting upset because they can't get approved on the bridge program, but if they get approved a different way, sleep apnea.
And Todd, I'm not an expert at Medicare, I will admit, but I know we have quite a few commenters, and I think it's a function of there are different levels of Medicare Part D plans, and you can get better or worse ones. So I don't think that everybody's getting it at that price, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you mean because our daughter used to be on a very expensive medication. I think it was like $300 a month, and I was just like, oh. But then at some point in the middle of the year, like about now, we hit our deductible, and then it was $25. So then I was like, oh. So you really have to figure out like
and if you're on other medications, it all goes towards it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But the plan. The insurance plan that we have, when we go fill Zepbound for a cash pay price at CVS, that doesn't go towards our deductible.
But Todd,
at all.
So that video was really focused on cash pay options. The challenge of having the Medicare and the insurance conversation is there are so many variables in it.
Mm-hmm.
That just as soon as I say something, 17 people are going to come in and go, well, my plan is...
It's important to know your plan,
and
right?
then the TRICARE people show up, and they're unfortunately not eligible for bridge. And then there's our buddy Kurt, and isn't it Kurt in California, San Diego, who has union and Medicare D.
Yeah,
he can't. There's so many things going on there.
You really have to become an expert at your own insurance, right? Because everybody's are different, even if they're called Blue Cross Blue Shield or Part D, there can just be varying things plan to plan. Which is something, I didn't know that before we started this, Dawn says, good evening, Christopher and Laraine. Took my second Zepbound quick pen injection after lunch. I weighed in this morning and have lost 2.8 during the first week. Feeling good, a little fatigue. Well, that's fantastic, Dawn. Congratulations. Yeah, I got a little fatigue there in the beginning. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're eating some protein. Every time you eat, it should be protein first. Yeah. Down in the Dale, Shelley, good evening all. My friends are organic farmers, and I've been getting all my produce from them.
That's good.
To avoid the cyclospora.
As Anthony says.
Cyclospora, nature's new laxative, right? Yeah. How much diarrhea is too much? That's a lady asking on Instagram. I'm like, oh, girl.
Just Sherio says, happy Wednesday. Not GLP-1 related, but I'm so excited. My son and daughter-in-law are at the hospital, and my grandson is on the way. I'm in South Carolina and they're in Michigan. Can't wait to see them in a couple weeks. Girl, if my grandbaby was on the way, I would already be on a plane.
Oh,
You know I would too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But you get some confetti for that.
You know, we were coming back.
Why is it not working? Ah.
It's working.
Oh.
We were coming back from. We took the girls out for a quick dinner last night after our members live. Both our girls are home right now, and they were saying, you know, we just had a couple of family weddings. Like in the past year, we had 2 big family weddings that were just a lot of fun. And they were saying, oh, we hope somebody else in the family gets married soon so we can go to another wedding. And we were naming off the people in our family they thought might get married in the next year or two. And, you know, neither one of them mentioned their own weddings. I didn't want to bring it up.
They don't need to do that anytime soon.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I thought that was funny. Speaking of, you know, grandchildren. Laraine, you look especially lovely tonight. You're always beautiful. Oh, thank you, Barb. Barb's the metabolic midwife. She's one of our moderators. Barb 1953, Poop Talk, got some fiber gummies at Costco. They work well. LOL. Yep, I like the fiber gummies. I like the sugar-free ones. Don't take more than 2 per day. Gina LeBenz from Anchor Moments has a cautionary tale about that. Arios 95. I just started, 62 years old, and did 2 weeks at 2.5 and supposed to jump to 5 milligrams per telemedicine schedule. After just 2 weeks? Usually it's 4 weeks at a dose.
We're not doctors, so we don't make dosing recommendations, but the standard Eli Lilly dosing recommendation, particularly for the first couple of doses, is a minimum of 4 weeks.
Yeah.
If you're having side effects, if you're having fatigue, nausea, constipation, sulfur burps, any of those things, I definitely would not move up after 2 weeks, but I am not your doctor, so please, you might want to reach out to whoever your telehealth was and say, did I understand this correctly?
Right. Read all the directions, all the instructions, send a message, say, I don't think it's supposed to, I would ask, say, shouldn't I be on the starting dose for 4 weeks? I mean, that's pretty standard.
The challenge of particularly those early doses, the challenge of moving up too quick is it can cause side effects to be rough. And that other than cost, the number one reason people stop these medications is side effects.
Nausea, diarrhea, all that stuff. Yeah. Ronnie, Christopher, and Laraine, thanks for all the bridge info. I picked up my $50 Zepbound yesterday. Woo woo, good job. Congratulations. Thanks for being a member.
So if you have a question, make sure to put it in the comments with a QQQ. Gwen had all of her yogurt and kiwi and bran.
All brand.
Jamila, I've never seen you. Jamila, hello,
Jamila
everybody.
Wallace. Hello, GLP-1 community.
Carlotta.
Laraine, did you experience any hair loss? I noticed you have no recommendations for hair loss on your Amazon store. Au contraire, there's Nutrafol in there, which is a vitamin supplement that is recommended often for hair loss. To answer your question, I had a little bit, like right in the middle of my weight loss, like about in month 3 or 4, like right in the thick of it. I did notice my hair was coming out a little bit more in the shower, a little bit more in my brush. I have a lot of hair, so it wasn't noticeable probably to anybody else but me. And then I noticed when I hit maintenance and started eating a little bit more and my weight loss, leveled out, it started coming back. So anytime you have weight loss, you can also lose hair due to not getting enough, vitamins and micronutrients and, nutrition. So, you need to be careful with that. But yeah, we do have an Amazon store. You can find it at thedownsized.org under the store tab. We're Amazon affiliates. We make a small commission off each purchase. My hairdresser recommended Nutrafol. Now, there's also prescription medications you can get from your doctor if, you're really having an issue. Mochi doctors can also write prescriptions for hair, like minoxidil, that kind of thing.
There's Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Hi, all. Happy Wednesday. Multitasking, but listening. Arios95, thinking I should stay at 2.5. I think anyone you ask that question to will tell you, well, I'm not a doctor, but I stayed on the first dose for 4 weeks. That's pretty much standard procedure.
And honestly, if you hang around here very often, or I think almost any GLP-1 channel I know of, they're going to tell you that the standard recommendation, none of us are doctors, is to stay on a dose as long as it's working for you. So as long as you're losing weight, you don't have a food noise, you just kind of hang out where you are and let it do its thing until you go into a stall or for a few weeks, and then you can move up. But it's kind of staying at the lowest dose that's effective for as long as possible, so that you don't
I've seen people
max
lose
out.
50 pounds on never moving up to
That's
2.5. It's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare. Yeah, but it does happen. So you have to, find what works for your body, and that might change as you go through the process. Linda Bookmiller, on the couch, already hit like. Thanks, Linda.
What is this icon that she put in?
It's a couch.
Oh, it's a couch.
Val's on the couch too.
Oh, Eva's watching from her outdoor swing.
Eva Geisler watching from outdoor swing. Well, that's nice. That sounds nice. Travis LR, good evening, everyone. The Downsized channel covers so much related to GLP-1s in so many different ways. Each episode is unique in its own way. Yep. And, talking about the hair loss, I've done videos about hair loss. If you search hair loss on our channel, it'll come up, and I walk you through the whole reasons why and what to do about it.
Bonnie Zepp says, question, what do you expect will happen with prices for self-pay medium term in the U.S. and global markets? Thank you. First of all, we have no inside information. We
hope they come down.
We do this a lot, but what do I think will happen? Let's start with the U.S. and then global markets is a much bigger question. The U.S., I think by the end of the year, we'll see a little bit of price movement on the branded side of it. I think Lilly is either going to have to aggressively get insurance coverage for Foundayo, or they're going to have to lower the price because they're getting stomped by oral Wegovy.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Novo Nordisk says, finally, we have a product that beats Eli Lilly at something.
Yeah. Well, and I think Novo Nordisk has CagriSema that's been submitted for approval, which is semaglutide and cagrilintide. I always add an extra syllable there, cagrilintide. That the numbers are very good on it, and it's an amylin. It's an extra pathway that doesn't really exist out there today. It's very possible that Novo Nordisk comes into the market with a good price on that because they are feeling the pressure from Wall Street and need to regain market share.
Novo, yeah.
So it's possible that they come in. Honestly, I would expect them to come in under Zepbound.
Come in like a wrecking ball.
If they can do that, it's going to set up a bit of a price play on the branded side, and we'll see following year, hopefully first quarter, second quarter, 2027, you're going to see retatrutide come out.
Retatrutide? Retatrutide?
I don't say it that way. Retatrutide. I think that's going to be expensive as crap, and don't expect it to be anything other than that. And it's just going to be, the other piece of it is the compounding piece through telehealth that we talk about all the time. I think telehealth is going to have to bring their prices down in the next 6 months, probably maybe 3 months. And honestly, it's going to be Bridge really hitting them hard. I think when we look at our analytics on our YouTube channel, so many of you are in that 65 plus crowd that are now eligible for $50 medication. Good for you. Happy for you to be able to do it. It's going to hit some of these telehealth companies hard. And I think they're going to end up having to lower their prices to go out and pick up more market share.
Be great for me.
I could be wrong. Yeah. I'll tell you, so far in the last 2 years when I've guessed on pricing, I've been pretty close to right.
Well, and we've seen Mochi, we've used Mochi for 2.5 years. We've seen Mochi lower their prices over the course of the 2 years that we've been with them. So, who can say? I hope that all of these prices become more accessible and more affordable. 74% of America has overweight or obesity, right? This is literally a huge market. So we want everyone to be able to afford it.
I can tell you, if you're doing the telehealth route, I wouldn't. There's companies out there selling 6 months, 1 year contracts and saying this will be your price forever.
Just go month to month.
I wouldn't
think
do
would
that.
be
I
the
wouldn't
best
do any
bet.
more than 3 months at this point, because I
Mhm.
do think the price is going to come down, and you might be stuck with a price higher than the going rate.
Month to month. I just do one month at a time. Maybe get, a little bit ahead, maybe 1 month ahead. It's Amanda Helena on the couch. Just got back from my walk. Well, hello. Arias, no losses this week. First week, lost 7 pounds.
And that's okay. That means your average weight loss for the first 2 weeks is 3.5 pounds per week.
I kept a spreadsheet. My first week, I lost 4.2 pounds. My second week, 0.2. I thought, oh, shit, this isn't going to work at all. Just keep going. Just keep going. Right. Gwen says, I'm in my comfy chair watching on my phone. Hubby is watching Fiddler on the Roof. If I was a rich man, be you're the best at it. Jess, full transparency, because I already clicked like, I'm absolutely watching from my couch. 100%. Thanks,
So
Jess.
the first person who answered your question about the number one piece of advice is Mish LW, who said, take your shot.
Mish?
Yeah.
Did they have a picture on there? Oh yeah. I've seen her around
That
these
wasn't her
parts
name,
before.
though, right?
No,
That's
but
a
it was
different
something with Mish in it. Take your shot. Yeah.
Followed
number
by
one piece
Linda
of
Bookmiller
advice. Linda Bookmiller.
and
Y'all all know.
Jess.
Yep. Jess
and
knows.
Barb.
Barb knows. All caps, shouting it out. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Becky Clark says, I am drinking 0 Mr. Pibb and eating chicken noodle soup on the couch watching. Well, that sounds lovely. I didn't know they had 0 Mr. Pibb.
Yeah,
Galish. I have been self-pay for 15 months, started for 11.25. I'm 5'2", 67 years young. Hit goal, 135. New Year's, 26 on 12.5 Zepbound. On 1/5/26, I up to 15 milligrams. I lost nothing. 1/1/26. Well, there's a lot of information here. Started for 11.25. Hit your goal in 6 months. Okay, sounds good. Are you?
Well, if you're at goal, why are you
why'd
wanting
you
to
up your
lose weight?
dose?
I'm not understanding.
I'm not following. Maybe she was going to type something else. Generally, once 135 is a fine weight for anyone from 5'2" to 5'7", right? So, that's great.
Yeah, Galish, I'm not. Is there a question there? I'm not sure what.
Maybe she'll give us some more info.
Constance
picking up my $50 medication for the first time tomorrow. Anchor Moments. It's Gina Levins. Thanks, Laraine, for encouraging me to attend the OAC next week. I bought my plane ticket. I look forward to giving you a big hug. Gina, I just called you. I don't know if you were here when I was somebody mentioned fiber gummies. And I said, well, don't take more than 2, because Gina Levins has a cautionary tale about that. But yes, I look forward to seeing you also, Gina. I guess Jeff isn't coming. I guess it's just Gina. Usually they come as a set, where we come as a set
Jeff,
mostly too.
Gina, don't tell Jeff. We'll let you use public Wi-Fi.
Oh, we won't tell him. He's probably sitting there next to her watching. Hi, Jeff. No, it's fine. Some people, security, it's a thing. Mark C. on Zepbound 15, only side effect is a cold nose. Your nose ever get cold? My nose runs. I don't know if
that is a thing. Don't you remember Jamie said that too?
Yeah, my nose, especially like in the morning, like if I don't blow my nose before I work out, it's a problem. Yeah, it's not necessarily cold. It's just, yeah.
Arlos says, Arios95 says, what's the Royal Blue Crown? My first live. YouTube has added a bunch of things that I quite frankly don't really understand, and haven't taken the time to figure out, that are gamifying all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that is a part of that.
Yeah, it's a part of that.
I think Gwen Royro
Gwen probably knows. Gwen gifted 1 Downsized membership. Thanks, Gwen. So somebody out there in the viewing audience just received a 1-month membership to our Club Downsized. So the good thing about that is we have special members only lives most Tuesday nights. We have a special Facebook group that you can only get in if you're a member and know the password. And you get special emojis and you get little things next to your name and stuff like that too. So thanks, Gwen. And if you want to join, hit that join button below. It'll take you to another video and tells you about it. Constance says, first $50 Zepbound tomorrow. Can't believe it's real after paying out of pocket the past 18 months. I mean, can you imagine paying anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month, and then suddenly you can get it for $50 a month? Oh my God, that's like winning the lottery. Cinnamon, hey, is that our friend Cinnamon? It is our friend Cinnamon. Maintaining for over a year at 115 pounds. She's a tiny little person. Saving to get excess skin removal on my arms. You did some of that already, didn't you, Cinnamon? We did an interview.
I don't think that's the same person.
Is that not the Cinnamon that came on the first Downsized cruise?
Doesn't look like it, but I could be wrong. It's a very small picture.
I can't tell. Well, that's good. It's good to maintain and then do that skin removal surgery if you want. Travis says, have either of you forgot to take your shot? Yes, like by a couple days maybe. Earlier this week, for the first time in 16 months, I just plain forgot. Was driving to Omaha to catch a flight and had to turn back. We've forgotten to take our shot with us on vacation like that.
We have.
And so we skipped a week unintentionally. You know, what are you going to do? Stuff happens.
We were on the plane already. There was no turning
And I
back.
looked at him and I said, did you get the case? And he goes, nope. I was like, oh, shoot.
Thought you got it.
I
No,
thought you got it. I thought you got it. Yeah. Terry Schwartz says, hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey, Terry. Mindy M. November 18th for Chicago meetup. Thank you, Mindy. If you go to our website at thedownsized.org, you can see meetup times. I'm definitely coming to Rosemont. Oh, good, Lisa. We can meet. Lisa and I have the same sense of humor. We've never met, but I think that we would be.
I don't think I could take 2 of you in one room.
That would be cool to meet you, Lisa. Galesh, I'm down from 226 to 116. 118 and 15 months on Zepbound self-pay. Just got bridge program and thrilled. Got my hubby to get on it last Thursday. Yay! I have him logging weight every morning and now down 5. Thanks. That's great. Hey, do y'all have the Hume Body Pod? Should we shout out to the Hume Body Pod?
Sure.
You know, we're sponsored by Hume. I've got the Hume band. Before I start with the Hume band, we've got the Hume Body Pod. So it's a scale that you step on barefoot, and then you pull up a handle, and it runs a circuit through your whole body, and it gives you readings on stuff like body fat, lean mass, body water, metabolic age, and you can see like different metrics like that. And it's really good because sometimes, you know, we don't lose pounds on the scale. You know, but if we're trying to build muscle, I'm trying to build back muscle. So, you know, but when you're in a weight loss mode, sometimes you lose muscle along with fat. And so if you have like a scale that can tell you your lean mass and your fat mass, you know, sometimes that's helpful to keep an eye on those things. Maybe you need to eat more protein. Maybe you need to drink more water if you're dehydrated. It's good. It's good for that. Oh, and we've got a code. I think it's The Downsized, and you can save on.
There's a link in the description.
Link in the description.
Denise Slater, who's a member. Thank you, Denise. Says, hello, Downsizers. I pulled the plug today and booked the Downsized cruise for next year. Look forward to meeting you all. So if you are a Downsized, if you're a Club Downsized member, we announced next year's cruise to Club Downsized at the beginning of the month. And the Club Downsized will have first access to rooms and everything. It's part of one of their benefits. What they get, and then it will open for the rest of the world August 1st. Right. Now I can tell you we're limiting the cruise to 100 people this year, and I think now we have
48 people
48
signed up
rooms already booked. So.
Well, not 48 people, and that counts me and you and Kelly and Roberta. So, but we do want to cut off at 100. So if you're thinking about cruising with us, save the date. It's going to be June 2027.
And we'll announce it
out
to
of
the
Fort
rest.
Lauderdale.
The website for it will go live August 1st, so you'll get the dates, all the information.
Yep.
Or if you join Club Downsized, you could actually get that early.
Yep. Somebody sent a message through the website today. Can I get more info on the Downsized cruise? I'm like,
August 1st.
Remember? Yeah. Tootsie Rolls 5508. That was me that pressed like. Oh, thanks, Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Also, my daughter, 43, started taking Zepbound. She had a harder menstrual cycle. Have you had many women that mention a GLP-1 affects her periods? Yes. Lots. Thanks. Love all. Yeah. A lot of women with, the disease or the syndrome formerly known as PCOS. It's now known as
PMOS.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome. The name has been changed to something else. But I know a lot of women who have that metabolic syndrome have been helped. That it regulates things. It takes away inflammation. Help me out here. My brain's coming up empty.
I can tell you, after talking to, I don't know how many thousands of women, because we've done these lives now for a year and a half, the pretty consistent story is that there are things like that it is a little heavier to begin, and then after a few months it begins to even out.
Yeah.
And the inflammation goes away and your body gets used to the medicine, and it just kind of makes things better. Now, there's always exceptions. Somebody will have a different story than...
Well, and we've heard stories of women who could not conceive and then went on Zepbound and turned up pregnant. We've heard a lot of stories like that. Another story, and something just to be careful of, if you're on the birth control pill, the GLP-1s do slow down your digestion. So your birth control pill may not work as effectively with this slower digestion. That's
a good conversation to have with your doctor.
Yeah, so that's definitely, so you might want to switch birth control methods. If you're on birth control for, say, acne or, regulating something else, talk to your doctor about that. Nancy, yes, we're live right now, Nancy. Yes, we are. Hi, Nancy. Nancy Benoken. Gracie Girl 7600. Did you say you were going to have a meetup in Dallas, or did I dream that? You did not dream that, and that is at the end of September, 1st of October.
I think the date's on the website for that one as well.
Yeah.
We don't have a registration up there. I'm still trying to figure out what we want to do in Dallas and Chicago and probably New York, although Laraine will tell you not New York, but probably New York as well.
Well, if we do that other thing you were talking about.
Yeah. Because I think what I want to do is do a ticketed event. It wouldn't be a very expensive ticket, where we can actually do one of these live. If you saw us in Florida before the cruise, we did one of these live
in a hotel conference
room. So it would cost us a little bit of money. We just
to get the room
and that kind of stuff. And we would do a meetup and a live taping of one, not even taping, a live broadcast of one of these shows, kind of more entertaining, and maybe have, I don't know, a special guest, perhaps a famous doctor or two.
A very special blossom this week on a very special blossom. Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out the details of that. I think I'm pretty close on one of them. The Dallas one we haven't chased down at all. We need to do that.
You know what they should do is they should go to our website and join our email list. Yep. And then when we get our shit together on the meetups and get them finalized, we'll send out.
I mean, right now they're all in the fall. It doesn't really start until September.
Yeah, nothing till the end of September. So hold please. We got to get through next week at the Obesity Action Coalition Your Weight Matters
and we have a meetup there if you want to come meet us in Orlando.
Meet up there on Saturday in our space at the conference. Local people of Florida can get into the exhibit area for free on Saturday. So we're going to be hanging out there, and you guys can come into that. Or if you're going to be at the conference, I've probably been seeing you all week anyway, and you'll probably be like, yeah, tired of you already. Catch you next time. But yeah, we'll get on that. Good evening, Downsizers. Where's JoJo? That's a great question, Lynn Cobb. Where is that cat? I went out and I called her, and she did not. We had I haven't seen her since the lady came to spray for bugs outside. We had the exterminator come today. That scared her off. She'll be back.
Constance says, can you make your lives closed caption? Well, no. So YouTube and Google actually handle the closed captioning. So I would have to check, but it should be doing it.
Oh, now, it should be doing it right now?
It should be doing it. And I don't remember exactly how to do it.
But I think
in real time. I think if you go, maybe there's 3 dots down underneath you can turn on
settings.
on the settings. You can turn on the closed captioning.
Little gear wheel.
I can't swear how good the closed captioning is, and some of these medical terms it probably doesn't really get.
Yeah.
But it should be. YouTube should handle that.
Okay.
It's turned on our end, so it should be working. I can tell you sometimes YouTube and Google are a little slow, so I've even seen times when it doesn't.
I love closed captioning. I turn it on, like we watch House of the Dragon, and I have to turn it on because number one, accents throw me off. And number two, sometimes I just don't hear it very well, and I don't want it blasting, but if I can, so I get it. Yeah.
But it should be on because I have the button clicked that should be working.
He has clicked the button.
Yeah.
Gwen says, non-scale victory. I have a beautiful silk tank top that didn't quite fit last summer. Tried it on yesterday and it's almost too big. Yeah, that silk doesn't stretch, right? So if you put on that silk top and it's too small, there's no wiggle room. But that's nice to try it on, and now it's almost too big. I think I have a similar top that I've squirreled away. I should pull that out and see if it fits now. Ms. Paisley, hello from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Hello. Joe Council, I started with pill, but after 4 months on 4 milligrams, had gut issues, and I switched to Zepbound, and it has been way better. No systems, and my systems are back to normal and plan to stay on 2.5. Maybe he means no side effects.
Side effects.
Awesome.
How was your weight loss on the pill, Joe? I'd love to know.
We haven't talked to a lot of people on the Wegovy pill. The Wegovy pill started, was it January 1st?
No, it was March, maybe. I don't know. It was earlier this year.
Which one was April 1st? Was that Foundayo? Was April Fool's Day? One of them they released on. And I think Wegovy must have been February. So yeah, they're both pills are relatively new, but we know that the injections are more effective, right? Lisa Brockington, non-scale victory, realized I have to move my seat in the car closer to the wheel because I'm losing my booty, right? I don't have the gut. I don't have the booty. I can sit closer. That's fantastic. Yeah, I have to change your seat positioning. Oh, and speaking of like seat belts and things, I saw bless you, on a Instagram reel or something like that today, that it was a flight attendant or somebody that looked like a flight attendant talking about, seat belt extenders, and how some people are embarrassed to ask for a seat belt extender. And we've even talked to people that have flown without a seatbelt rather than ask for the extender. And what this flight attendant was saying is when you enter the plane, when you step onto the plane, right then, if you say, oh, could I get a seatbelt extender, please? They'll either give it to you right there, or if they don't have it right then, tell them your seat number and they'll just bring it to you. So that way you don't have to flag them down and say, excuse me, can I have a seat extender? And then everybody be like, ugh. So yeah, I thought that was a great tip. When you get on the plane, just ask right then. And people are, busy putting their luggage up. Nobody's going to pay attention to you. Deborah McConville. Wonder how many folks have insurance coverage for Zepbound. Ha ha ha, $1,000 per month. There are a few.
I think when you look at the insurance coverage numbers for Zepbound, you're looking at 35 or 40% right now. The challenge of the insurance coverage number is that doesn't actually tell you how much it pays. Might take $10 off. might be $25 for 3 months. We talked to somebody today who was $25 for 3 months.
Some people do have coverage.
With Medicare and the bridge program happening, really the only people that were paying full price, so full retail list price of $1,000 plus for either Zepbound or Wegovy or Ozempic, were people who could not use the coupons because of federal laws. Typically Medicare, or I think TRICARE, can't use them, and so they could not use they had Medicare, but they could not use the coupon because of the law.
Against the law.
And so Medicare didn't cover them. So if you wanted Zepbound, you paid $1,000, or I think it was $1,100, whatever it was. So there were actually some people out there, and we've interviewed some people who just had the privilege of being able to afford it, and that's what they did.
That's fantastic.
I think the vast majority of people who don't have situations like that are flipping over to the cash pay market, and we're going straight to Lilly Direct, and it's, you know, even at the highest doses, it's half that price. So.
Yeah. Nancy Germain, you should make Downsized t-shirts that say, "Just take the shot." I would buy one. We have some Downsized merch.
We could make it
on
just
our
take the shot. Sure.
spring store. You can see that in the description of this video?
Yeah. Well, it's just below it. Yeah.
Yeah, that. I mean, was Mark Clemens made a shirt that said "Team Trizepatide." He wears it on the Downsized crew, so I think that's a great slogan too. We tend to shy away from slogans that have shot or a picture of a syringe, or, you know, it's kind of like Lisa Brockington, non-scale Vic. We said that. We read that one. Congratulations, Lisa.
Well, she must have put it in again. No problem.
Nancy Minokin. On Mounjaro, have lost 80 pounds. I would like to lose about 30 more. I'm battling loose skin and my triple tire belly. Any suggestions working on the belly? Is it cortisol related? I'm 77 and 5'4".
It's not cortisol.
It's fat. It's skin that's been stretched out for a long period of time, and now it has nothing to fill it out anymore.
Well, so you got two things going on there. You got the belly, and you got the skin that came from losing
from the weight
some
loss.
of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the skin, as Laraine said, you're 77 years old, and
I mean, you could have surgery.
Skin for 77 is not the same at 17. You're just not as elastic as you used to be.
Really, and I've tried different creams and potions and red light therapy, and I've asked a dermatologist, and she's like, yeah, no, you can have it surgically removed, or you can just, it's just there.
As far as the belly, to my knowledge, there's no way to target a specific area. You can work out and try and do
loose
stuff.
Skin, you can't. There's nothing.
But she's saying two things. She's saying I'm battling loose skin, and I have a triple tire belly. It's two things.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you're doing great. You've lost 80 pounds. That's fantastic. So your health has dramatically improved losing those 80 pounds, right? And a lot of people's point of view, I know if Barb is still around, metabolic midwife, she says, she went from 405 to 120 pounds. She says, my loose skin is a badge of honor. It's not going away. I mean, you can wear some compression garments, and that might help, hold things in a little bit, but it just kind of is what it is. And isn't it better to be healthier and in a better place at 80 pounds down and have some loose skin than to have those 80 pounds?
So do you have any suggestions on working on the belly?
No. I mean, if you can walk, do some cardio exercise, that'll, maybe help. If you can, any kind of exercise that you can do will help somewhat. If you can, tone your ab muscles, you might want to work with a personal trainer or something like that, or, do some core exercises to tighten that. But there's no tightening that loose skin. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's pretty much what it is. Carlotta Myers. Oh no. Are you saying if I'm on Zepbound now and want to switch to Foundayo, I will gain weight? Yes, that's what we're saying. Even for maintaining. That's what.
But it's not what I'm saying. So if you search
It is.
And if you search in YouTube for 7X, I did a whole video on the Surmount Maintain trials and the Attain Maintain trials. So Surmount Maintain was using tirzepatide, Zepbound for maintenance. And it basically said, stay at the highest dose you got at, and you're going to maintain your weight. If you go down to 5, you're going to gain about 20% of that weight back. The Attain Maintain trials, and you can Google these and look at all the trials if you want to as well. The documents are all out there. They're very easy to find. The Attain Maintain trials was literally looking at Foundayo or orforglipron in maintenance.
For maintenance.
So if I switch from tirzepatide to Foundayo, and if I switched from their competitor, Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide to Foundayo, what would happen? And yeah, basically you'd gain weight back about a pound a month.
Going from Zepbound to Foundayo.
Going from Zepbound to Foundayo. If you were on Ozempic or Wegovy and went to Foundayo, it maintained just fine because honestly, they're both GLP-1s. It's basically the same thing.
I guess because Zepbound has a GLP-1 and a GIP piece, you get that higher percentage of weight loss with Zepbound versus Ozempic, Wegovy. So Ozempic, Wegovy to Foundayo are more similar. But
here's
Zepbound to Foundayo, not similar. Zepbound is still the best we have right now.
Here's what I would tell you is there's always exceptions.
Yeah.
And you could certainly try it. And if it doesn't work for you, you could go back to Zepbound.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you, if you watch the interview we did with Mimi from Australia, who was in the retatrutide trials.
Yeah, in Australia.
So retatrutide, 28% weight loss compared to tirzepatide's 18 to 20% weight loss, much higher weight loss, has a third active ingredient in it, glucagon. And Mimi's actually maintaining with semaglutide, which is the GLP-1, so like a Foundayo or a oral Wegovy.
Oh, is she?
And she's doing fine. So trials are just that, and the averages are going to be the averages, and maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. You could certainly try.
Well, because we had our eye on Foundayo, right? So if it was going to come out and be cheaper and help us to maintain.
The problem is most people are not going to maintain on the $149 dose.
Well, number one, it's not cheaper. On the lowest, I couldn't be on the lowest dose and maintain.
It'd be cheaper than the branded for sure.
Be cheaper than the branded. It's not cheaper than the compounded, which is what I'm taking. So, I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to pay more. You know what I mean? But if Foundayo came out tomorrow with a cash price of $99, maybe. You know what I mean? So I think the price is going to drive people to try it, because if I could save $200 a month and maybe I gain a pound a month, well, you better know I'm going to do everything I can not to gain that pound a month.
It's a value equation.
You know what I mean? To save $200, and there's 4 people in our household on this medication, so suddenly it becomes a price question very quickly. Terry Short says, I say a new shirt too, saying my body is not a trash can. Yeah, I say that. Your body's not a trash can. You don't have to finish anything. It can go in the trash can or it can go in your body, and your body's not a trash can. So, be nice to your body. It brought you this far, right? Through all the things we've done to it, over the years, we're still here. Michelle, can I pay for the Mochi membership and just use the registered dietitian?
Sure.
Yeah, they'll take your money. So the Mochi membership is $79 a month, and that covers doctor visits and registered dietitian visits. So that might be a better way for somebody to do telehealth visits with a dietitian at a better price than you could get maybe with your insurance, or maybe your insurance doesn't cover. Susie Berta, what do you know about Ready Health? Never heard of her.
Ready Health is just a fulfillment telehealth pharmacy is all it is. So it sounds like that locally owned pharmacy is using that to deliver for you. All they're doing is delivering it. It's fine.
It's just kind of like a platform.
Basically, it's what happens with a lot of local pharmacies, and even with Eli Lilly. Like Eli Lilly doesn't actually, if you order it from from Lilly Direct, they're not fulfilling it themselves. They have
They
several.
have
They use Amazon Pharmacy. There's 3 or 4 of them they use. So there's other companies that do the fulfillment for them, and they're fulfilling branded medication. You're getting your Zepbound Quick Pen, you're getting your Wegovy pill, you're getting whatever it is. So it doesn't matter. It should deliver like any other telehealth. Maybe you pick it up at the pharmacy, I don't know, or maybe they deliver it directly to you in freezer packs, but it should be fine. It's just somebody that's handling the logistics.
Florence Miller, do either one of you suffer with constipation while on the medication? I guess she wasn't here for the beginning of this broadcast. And if so, what do you take? Yeah, I've had constipation, I think basically my whole life, and definitely while on this medication. So I take a supplement called Mag07. You can get it on our Amazon store at thedownsized.org. You can find it now in Target. It's a great magnesium supplement, and I don't use it every day. I just use it when I'm realizing maybe I haven't been to the bathroom in maybe 2 or 3 days. And you can take 1 to 3 capsules at night on an empty stomach with a full glass of water. And that usually moves things along. Christopher Durham took some the other day.
For the first time?
For the first time.
Worked just
He's
fine.
like, oh, this does work. Yeah.
They're
I also
kind of
like
big pills, but they weren't hard to take.
I also like fiber gummies. I've been drinking another supplement that I'm going to tell you about in a couple of weeks that I think also has helped with the digestion. So it's a focus for me for sure. But, water, fiber, exercise, make sure you're doing those. And the fiber should be coming from, fruits and vegetables. And right now, be very careful. Wash your fruits and vegetables, cook them thoroughly. Yes. And I've done videos about constipation. You can search constipation on the Downsized. Paula's 825 gifted 5 Downsized memberships. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, so 5 lucky viewers have just received a free 1-month Club Downsized membership.
And that goes out courtesy of the YouTube algorithm, so we don't know who gets it.
Disperses.
Yeah, it just does its thing.
Mm-hmm. Maria's Zepbound journey. I loved your answer to the troll on your YouTube short. Oh yeah, so somebody posted, my question was, what's your number 1 tip for someone starting a GLP-1? And this person said, don't take one at all. Never start. And my answer was something to the effect of, well, aren't you a ray of sunshine? That's obviously not my opinion, but, have a nice day or whatever. And then, everybody else came out to say, get out of here. So, I think sometimes trolls are just kind of funny, and it's just somebody flipping through YouTube that just randomly came upon my channel. And you know what? When they make a comment, that only helps our algorithm suggest it to more people. So it's not the end of the world. The comments that I don't like are comments like, they can get like some mean ones sometimes.
The shorts are worse that way because it delivers shorts to a lot more people that aren't really in our community.
That aren't really on GLP-1. So they're like, why am I listening to this lady talk about GLP-1? So
Coop267 says, do you think comparing weight loss by dose in these studies can mislead the people into thinking higher doses are always better?
Maybe.
When the goal should be finding the lowest effective dose. I don't think the goal is finding the lowest effective dose. I'll tell you right now.
Well, the goal is finding the dose that works for you.
Well, even more than that, the goal is staying on treatment.
Staying on.
It does not matter which dose you're on. Whatever works for you, and staying on treatment. So lowest effective dose that work, it's irrelevant.
Well, I think in the studies, they were purposefully trying to get the study participants to that top 15 milligram Zepbound dose. Right, because that's really what they wanted to study. But they knew if they started people on 15, they'd throw up, they'd lose their minds, they'd drop out.
That's only the earliest studies. The later ones,
but that's why they
essentially, and I've got whole videos on them. That if you go back and look at it, it's really not so much dose dependent as time on medication dependent. So the more weeks you are on the medication, the more likely you are to be successful, regardless of your dose.
The level
regardless
of
your dose
doesn't matter. Like,
so people have gotten really hung up on what dose they're on,
right.
and I'm going to
I
stay
just need
on
a tiny
yeah.
dose. I just need a little bit of help. I'm not really cheating. I'm just taking a little bit. No, girl, like,
I don't think it matters what dose
it
you're on.
doesn't
Even a little
matter.
bit.
Like,
Yeah.
like people don't compare blood pressure levels, medication levels, or and no, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. And what works for me doesn't work for him.
So-
and, it's going to be different from person to person.
When we speak to the physicians who are actually practicing, so we talk to essentially a couple of different kinds
We've
of people.
asked many.
But we talk to
obesity
researchers
doctors.
who aren't usually talking to real people. Like I talked to the lady about the food noise last week. Doctor, super smart, but she was a researcher. She wasn't
Yeah.
a clinician. She wasn't sitting with patients every day.
Right.
When you talk to the clinicians, the people talking to the actual patients on a daily basis, the reason they want you to titrate slowly is not about how much weight you're losing. It's not about keeping you on a lower dose so that you can lose more weight and the medicine will be effective longer. It's about managing side effects. It's about making sure you stay on the medication, because if you're blowing chunks every day or you've got diarrhea, you're going to go,
like
sooner or
that.
later, you're going to go, peace out and I'm
Yeah.
done.
And
It's
I've heard
about
people
keeping
say
you
that.
on treatment.
I've heard people say that I was throwing up every day. I can't live like that. If you're throwing up every day, you're on too high of a dose. Like, what's happening? So yeah,
the goal is to stay on treatment. The goal is to use the dose that works for you and to move up if it's appropriate for you. So not necessarily to stay on the lowest dose.
GLP-1s for seniors. Hello all. My wife is watching her favorite show, and I am watching one of mine. Here. Well, hello.
How are you, sir?
Oh, is that George?
Yeah.
Lynn, missed first 30 minutes at dinner. Had relatives in for my daughter's high school graduation. I'll go back to catch the first 30 minutes. Saw a question about Chicago. Depending on when, I'll try to make it. It's in November, so we'll let you know, Lynn, when it gets closer to time. Now, I did an interview with Lynn talking about somebody who lost weight on the lowest dose. I think Lynn lost most, if not all, of her weight on 2.5, and she lost, how much was it, Lynn? 70 pounds, I think it was. So, it just goes to show you everybody's different. Now, some people don't lose anything until they get to 10, 12, 15. So,
and the thing about that is there's no way to control which dose is going to work for you. Zero way.
There's no way to know. There's no way to look at somebody and know. It doesn't correlate to age, size, amount of weight you have to lose.
How many times you've lost weight?
I wonder what it is. It's something in your brain, maybe, or something in the
we've done a couple of news reports on genetic testing around that, and I think there's some conversation going around on genetics, but I think we're so early in it that it might be 20 years, and by the time we have that sort of testing, there will be 30 medicines.
Yeah. No, it's just very interesting in how differently it affects people. Roxanne Hart just got on the bridge program. I had a video appointment with my doctor, and before we even hung up, CVS called me and told me that Medicare already approved me. Wow. First week down, minimal side effects. Well, that's fantastic. I think all of these people that are getting on the bridge program are people that maybe had heard about a GLP-1 but weren't sure or couldn't afford it, or for whatever reason. So now these millions of people that are now eligible for this bridge program, they're talking to their friends, they're talking to their family, and maybe they had one opinion of GLP-1s a year ago, and now maybe they're trying it and seeing these great results, right? So I think there's going to be just a big shift in the whole stigma and conversation around these medications. Gail says, I learned from you guys so much about bridge. Christopher was 100% right. He's always 100% right, Gail. What do you mean? I had to educate my doctor about doses in the pen. They said 4 pens. I told them, no, 4 doses in 1 pen. And here it is.
For bridge, absolutely.
The quick pen. This is the quick pen. So you get the little individual needles and you screw them on the top, and then you do the click, 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 and then that's how you do it. Now, Christopher made a video about the quick pen. It's a little different. It's a lot different than your ka-chunk, 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 and it's a lot different than your insulin syringe if you're doing the needle and the vial thing. So always read all your instructions that come with your medication and make sure you know how to use them.
Let's see, there's 369 people out there. Hello, everybody. I'm Christopher. This is Laraine. We talk about GLP-1s. We've lost 150 pounds between the two of us. We are not doctors. Somebody told me we did our setups were way too long. Well,
too bad, so sad.
And I responded, like 85% of our people have never seen us before, and they're going, "Who the heck are these people, and why are they?"
What is it our daughter used to say when she was little? Too bad, so nasty.
Yeah. But there's 369 of you out there, 224 likes. So thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do.
Everybody's subscribing. We're getting so many subscribers. We've got over 56,000 subscribers. Sandy Shore wants to know, do you know of anyone who needs a roommate for the cruise? So, we can contact our travel agent and she might be able to match you up with someone.
So I answered part of Bonnie's question before. Now she's put it back in all caps. So I'll discuss a little bit about the global markets because I don't think I did before.
Oh, I don't think we got
the U.S. prices.
Markets.
I think are coming down for sure. It's just a matter.
Everybody else in the world pays less than us.
Pretty much everyone else in the world pays less than us. If we look at our most immediate neighbor, Canada, Novo Nordisk dropped the ball and lost their patent for semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, and a number of manufacturers have submitted and have generics out already. Mm-hmm. The way the whole formulary works for generics, there's a set pricing structure based off of cost, and I can't spiel that off to you. But essentially, you're looking at generics for $35 to $75, depending on how many competitors there are in the market.
Driving to Canada.
So it will continue to come down in Canada. And Novo Nordisk almost immediately announced they would match the price for branded
in Canada
to the generic. Okay, so does that say what will happen in the rest of the world? No, but it says the strategy that the number two guy is using. So it's coming. We see in China, in India, in England, the oral Wegovy just got, or actually in the EU, oral Wegovy just got approved. The prices are coming down in the way, particularly in the EU, because they have socialized medicines. Their governments are negotiating pricing and have pricing restrictions, and there's a lot of things that are happening. So the prices should continue to come down in the next 6 months to a year. I don't have any doubt. Now, how much that is, that remains to be seen. The real question is, can the Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly's of the world keep up? And they've been building factories like it's going out of style. And their goal, I'm sure, is to take as much market share as they can because they've got competitors nipping at their heel. And there's Roche and Pfizer, and somebody told me I said Roche wrong today too. Too bad. I'm saying Roche. I'm saying Roche. Roche and Pfizer and Amgen and Kylera and Viking, and there's a whole bunch of them. So near term, I think the prices are going to come down $25, $50 here, $100 there. Longer term, I think they're going to come down dramatically because competitors are going to hit the market. Kylera is super exciting. They've got a portfolio that almost mimics Lilly's exactly, and deep pockets. And they've got international manufacturing, and they'll be able to do something.
Viking
has VK2,
2735.
Yep.
That's just like tirzepatide.
It has a injectable and an oral tirzepatide. That the numbers actually look a little bit better on weight loss.
Ooh, better. Yeah, how much is that going to be? Can we switch to that?
We don't know, but I mean, it's when you have more competitors, you're going to have better prices. So.
Just Sherio, have you considered reading the book Weightless by Dr. Salas Whalen? I won the book on Julio's channel, and it's really good. People say she doesn't like compound, but she does understand. I've heard of it. Yes, I have read a bit of it. I don't know that much about it. Nancy Germain, CNL. People are saying they would buy the shirt, have a design contest. Oh, the price could be a free T-shirt, year supply of cottage sheets. The problem with T-shirts is that I don't want to become a T-shirt manufacturer and shipper. And we have a spring store, so YouTube controls who you can
We could do it
sell
through
merch
another one.
through.
It wouldn't matter, but
Yeah, but then I'm packing up T-shirts every day and shipping them all over. But
no,
maybe someday when we're more than just two people out of our house,
we could do some more T-shirts.
we could.
No, would I do a design competition?
No, never. In a million years, you would never allow someone to design a downsized T-shirt. Now, I'm not saying that only because I know this man that I've been married to for 23 years. So he used to be in design for a living. He was a art director for a marketing company, and yeah, he's not gonna. He doesn't even like it when I give him suggestions on design. But pink is my favorite color, so you see what I got. I got some things that I wanted in there. So, Deb Marie says, Laraine, I bought a box of Kashi Go protein and fiber cereal after hearing you talk about it. It has definitely been helpful with constipation. Well, that's great. Yeah, Kashi Protein Go cereal has 10 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber. So if that doesn't start your morning off right, I don't know. Now, I got some out of the cabinet the other morning and I poured it in. I poured my 55 grams on my scale. I had it in my bowl. I go to the refrigerator. There's no milk.
I got you some milk when I went and got my haircut.
We were out of milk. I think all the milk went into making a Ninja Creamy.
I do believe that's what happened, yes.
Freezer thing. So we should have some Ninja Creamy ready to go after this. But but we did have Fairlife chocolate milk. So I poured a little bit of chocolate milk on there, and I did that. Lori Wise says, I was on Wegovy for 2 months with lots of side effects. Switched to Zepbound 5 milligrams with no side effects. So much better for me, and 5 milligrams working very well. Down 29 pounds after 2 months on Zepbound.
That's great.
That's some pretty good results there, Lori Wise. People, I hear nausea a lot with Wegovy, like a lot of nausea. And people don't really have that one so much on Zepbound. So, but you have to find the one that works for you. And Wegovy is very effective. A lot of times people say, "Oh, you never talk about Wegovy." We've never been on semaglutide, Wegovy, Ozempic. We've only been on semaglutide, Zepbound, Mounjaro. So
you haven't been on semaglutide.
That's why I say I haven't been on semaglutide. Yeah. I've only been on compounded tirzepatide. So, and also, if your insurance will cover Wegovy and they won't cover Zepbound, start off on Wegovy. Like, do the one that your insurance would cover. And we had somebody tell us the other day they were paying out of pocket cash price on these medications for almost a year, and then they checked their insurance, and their insurance covered one of them. So take some advice there. If you haven't checked your insurance, maybe you're not old enough.
What I told them in that video I just did about
you have to call.
Yeah, you have to try,
because people are put on hold and people don't know, and you can't find information. It's hard, but you have to be persistent. Unfortunately, it's not just gonna. Sometimes it magically comes to you, and then sometimes you just have to go digging around. Is usually the case. Sandy Shore, I was notified today by ClearRx that I'm not eligible for the Bridge program. Why, Sandy?
She'll have to call and find out.
Do they use your original BMI? Because I know you're in maintenance now. It's perplexing.
Or did your doctor not put in your original? Yeah. Or do you? She doesn't have any comorbidities, right? Does she have?
I don't think
sleep apnea, MASH, cardiac.
No, Sandy's 78. We work out together at the gym that I go to, and she's looking for a roommate for the cruise. If anybody needs a roommate, and
for a good time, call Sandy.
For a good time, call Sandy. Yeah, because Sandy was like, when she first saw me losing weight at the gym, she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, you ever heard of Zepbound? It's compounded tirzepatide. So Sandy went to her doctor, and she started with, what was it called? The one that's basically speed, phentermine. And she was on phentermine for maybe 3 months and lost maybe 20, 30 pounds, right, Sandy? And then, you can't be on that more than 3 months because it's not good for your heart. So then she went to I'm telling Sandy's whole story. We've done an interview with Sandy. You can hear it in her words.
We have.
Then
Why don't you talk to Susie?
Then she went to a med spa, found out the med spa was ripping her off, then switched to Mochi. Use my code, save $40. It's in the description. Susie A says, 2.5 Zepbound for going on 12 weeks, averaging 1.5 pounds per week. Maybe I will titrate up with the next quick pen. Why, Susie? You're averaging 1.5 pounds per week? Sounds like you're doing fine. I'd stay on the 2.5. I mean, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. But if you're losing weight on that dose.
Darium's saying hello to everybody.
It's
hello,
Darium. Darium. I was going to read those. But went away.
He's talking to other
went
people.
away. All right. Thanks, Darium. We're going to see him next week in Orlando at the OAC conference. Linda, I love reading the comments on the Downsized. I don't feel quite so isolated on my newly begun GLP-1 journey. Awesome. Vicky Dombrowski. Non-scale victory. I was carrying my 19-pound puppy. That's a big puppy. And thought she was so heavy. Then I realized I have lost more than twice her weight and was carrying that around. Yeah, sometimes at the gym, like I was picking up a 15-pound. We're picking up 15 pounds and holding them above our head and walking. Holy crap. I was like, that's really hard. And I've lost, I had more weight than that on my body that I was carrying around. It's really a eye-opening thing to do something like that. 40 and natural. 100% agree with you on the price movements before end of the year.
Hey, we'll see.
Looks like somebody's a runner over there. 13.1, 26.2.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
40 and natural. Natural woman, natural man. Don't know. Dawn K. Hey y'all, the stars aligned, so I'm finally able to make a Downsized live rather than doing replay.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. We've got several people who have joined us tonight, I think for the first time. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Our subscribers are just growing by the day, and a lot of people are joining our Club Downsized. You can click that join button below and learn all about that.
There's 340. See, my contacts just went blurry.
343.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Could have been an 8. Could have been, I don't know. 248 likes out there.
Thank you.
You name it.
Mm-hmm. Are y'all drinking your water today?
Gaelish says, any little bit left in the quick pens after 4th dose taken. I'm going to miss my vials. Was getting 3 doses out of 2 vials. There is supposed to be a little bit left in the quick pens. If you look around on YouTube, you can find videos on how to extract that. I know there's mixed opinion on how much is in there, because in Europe it was called the golden dose, and there's a way to use a syringe and extract it. Obviously, Lily, if you watch my video on how to take it, Lily says specifically do not do that. I'd probably do it personally.
I mean, you have to throw that away, right?
But there's supposed to be a little bit in there.
Yeah.
They're supposed to. What is OAF? You probably mean OAC, which is the Obesity Action Committee. Coalition, thank you. Obesity Action Coalition, which is about a 20-some-odd-year-old organization, that advocates for
people with obesity.
They do a lot of advocate work in the U.S. Congress, as well as in state legislatures around the country, around access and availability and all sorts of things. They have a conference each year. This year will be in Orlando, Florida, and we're going. Last year was in Washington, D.C. And we went to that one. So the one this year will actually be opened by Dr. Anya Yasterboff, who wrote the book Enough.
So excited.
And I'm pretty sure we're going to get to interview her. So that'll be exciting, as well as a whole bunch of other people. But so the goal is really to go meet a bunch of people, see a bunch of speakers, and create as much content as we can so that we can bring it back to all of you out there. And you can get a little, I can sit down with Dr. Anya and say, tell me
I'm sitting
about
down
what's
with
going
Dr.
on.
Anya. What do you mean?
Well, we both are.
Yeah. No.
Notably, but beyond the book enough, she also was the one who presented the retatrutide results and has been
At the ADA
working with Lily on all of that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of a rock star in this business.
Yeah, somebody mentioned the Weightless book a minute ago. I've read the book Enough by Dr. Anya Yastreboff and Oprah Winfrey. And it's if you really want to understand some of the things that are happening in your body, she talks about an enough point. It's kind of like a set point kind of theory, and how these medications lower your set point or your enough point, and what that process entails. And it's really fascinating, and she breaks it down into a very easy to understand way with a lot of examples, and Oprah uses her personal life examples to make it really easy to follow. So she'll be at the LAC, Dr. Anya. Clarence says, any tips about transitioning from compounded semaglutide to compounded tirzepatide? Thank you. Yeah, ask your provider what your equivalent move overdose is. Maybe you go down a little bit.
Right. So essentially, semaglutide is the GLP-1. It's a single acting medication. The tirzepatide, the Zepbound, is a GLP-1 GIPs. So which is in most of those doses is about 5-to-1 GIP to GLP-1. So you've had a lot of GLP-1. Basically, it's 100% GLP-1 going into that. So most providers have access to, and you can find them on the internet as well. But please, please, please talk to an actual doctor. Look someone in the eye on Zoom or in person and talk to an actual doctor. And they will give you a transition. A lot of times, just a little step down, because you are getting a lot of GIP that you didn't ramp up on.
Right.
And you don't want it to make you sick. Most people don't have an issue with changing.
Some doctors will start them way back at the starting dose of Zepbound on the 2.5.
Not typically, though.
I've talked to your doctor and see what is right for you, because I've seen doctors do it all kinds of different ways. Satya 447, been on compound for the last 4 weeks, down 22 pounds. Meeting with my PCP tomorrow for getting on the bridge. Starting weight 300, current 284. It's fantastic. Yay! Now, it might take you a minute to get on the bridge. So, some people are having great luck, and some people it's taking some time. So make sure you have enough compounded to get you through for the couple weeks it might take you to get on the bridge.
It could happen in 2 days. It could happen.
2 weeks.
Honestly, from what I have seen, it is more dependent on how well your doctor and pharmacy do their end of it than it is the government, which is kind of weird, because I would have expected the government to fumble the ball. But so far, it doesn't seem like they have. Divine Diva says, love the channel, been following for several months. I lost 7.7 pounds first week and nothing for 2 weeks thereafter. Womp womp. I'm still going, just took my 11th shot and down 22 pounds.
2 pounds a week. Sounds good to me. Right in that average range.
But what you figured out is you got to keep going. You got to keep taking the shot. Right. So even in those first 3 weeks, if you divided 7.7 by 3,
2 pounds a week,
you were still on the average weight loss, and you stuck it out. Mm-hmm. You stuck it out and kept going, and now you're doing great. So you know what we can do for you is we can give you some confetti and say you are fabulous, Divine Diva.
Yeah. So I don't think we've said it on this particular broadcast, but the average weight loss on these medications is about 1% of your body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, that's 2 pounds a week. If you're 300 pounds, 3 pounds a week. Most people range between 0.5 pound a week and 2 pounds a week on average. So what's your average? Well, take your total weight loss divided by the number of shots you've taken, number of weeks on your shot. So for this example, she's down 22 pounds in 11 weeks. So 11 shots, 22 divided by 11 is 2 pounds a week. So she's average, a little bit higher end of average, but great results there. Lisa Nutini. Is there a typical issue with sleep quality on GLP-1? Since being on Zepbound, my sleep pattern is not enough deep or REM per my health apps. I get 8 hours, but only light sleep, not refreshed. That's interesting. I've been tracking my sleep with my Hume Band, and mine's good. I don't see a problem with that. I've been, doing that little wavy link thing that like you're supposed to. I would wonder, are you exercising? Are you drinking caffeine at night? Are you waking up to go to the bathroom? I'd look at what could be affecting your sleep quality. There's a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things that can affect our sleep, and if our sleep is not regulated, then our weight loss will hold off. So you definitely want to figure out what's going on with that. Maybe ask your doctor.
And C says, I was approved by my Part D before July 1st, but never picked it up from pharmacy because price was $512. Now doctor says not eligible for bridge. Disappointed. Well, so the doctor is right. So you must have been approved for sleep apnea, for MASH. I don't know what you were approved for.
$512.
Well, that price depends on the Part D plan that they have. That is not bridge.
No, it's not bridge.
That is Part D.
July
So
1st.
you were approved for another condition. The way the bridge program is written, it is a test program for weight loss and obesity, because it's technically federally illegal to cover weight loss medications. But the way that CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, is written is they can test things and build proposals to have the laws and the rules change. So that's what they're doing with that program, which means part of that is it precludes anything that's already covered. So sleep apnea, cardiac issues, MASH, there's a few other things floating around out there. What I would tell you is if you go back earlier in the I think in the first 15 or 20 minutes, I think it was Kurt maybe, or Todd. It was Todd who made the comment, who said, if you look at your total out of pocket, so for your Part D, I think, Todd, correct me.
Look at what your yearly.
I think it's like
$2,100
to meet your out of pocket.
Yeah, and then what is it?
So in that case, you would pay, assuming that's the only prescription that you have, you would pay the first 4 months for it, and then you would pay whatever the minimum is out of it, or you could pay zero depending on your plan, and you'd have to look at the total year and divide your total cost by the month, similar to the average that we just looked at.
Yeah.
If you have other Part D, if you have other Part D plan drugs on there, you would actually get to that earlier. So whatever those are, but you're trying to meet that. I think it's like $2,100, but I could be wrong.
I mean, you're probably not going to get to $50 a month.
No, I think what Todd was saying is it was like $135 or something.
$200 a month. Yeah.
Which is still significantly better than the cash price,
yeah.
Which is $499 basically for the highest dose.
Patty Fish. Hello, great to catch you live. I subscribed earlier this week and have been enjoying your content. Thank you for sharing your information. Well, thanks, Patty Fish. Dawn, I am about 4 hours from Chicago, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Would love to come to the meetup. All right.
Well, we'll all be invited. So.
Yep. Heather, I was taken by surprise when after 4 weeks on Ozempic, my back pain has been drastically reduced. 7 years of pain from deterioration of L1 to S1. Yeah, these GLP-1 medications reduce the inflammation in your body, and we hear stories like this all the time. So Christopher had knee issues since he was a child, and that's made his plus weight loss.
Both helped.
Yeah, it's just amazing what these do for inflammation. I did a whole video about inflammation in your body and how in your brain, like everywhere. And from the first dose, like before people even lose weight, 4 weeks on Ozempic, you've probably lost, something. But it can start from that very first dose. Lola Strickland, just wanted to send a giant thank you for keeping me informed on the Bridge program. Picked up my first $50 Zepbound today. I appreciate your down-to-earth facts and demeanor. Yay. Well, thanks, Lola. Lola. Hello, Lola. How the ham, Tom. FYI, CD, the CC option is grayed out and doesn't respond to my click.
I'll have to look. I don't know why. I haven't changed any settings. So sometimes YouTube has a mind of its own.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Let me see if I can.
Well,
yeah, I'll have to look. I don't.
Yeah.
It should just work though. It's not.
Don't know. CS Ballard. If Merck is getting into the is Merck. Was Merck at Obesity Week? I don't remember seeing Merck.
I don't remember Merck getting into it, but
they're not one of the names like Amgen or Bolin.
Honestly,
Jingleheimer Schmidt. Whatever.
We did a report the other day that Johnson & Johnson said they intentionally were not.
They were going to leave that to the big guns, and they were going to concentrate on heart.
I don't remember Merck, honestly. I'd have to go back and look. I mean, there's a lot of them, and there's a bunch of them getting into it, and it may be for secondary and tertiary comorbidities or other things. So I would have to go look. I simply don't know.
A lot of when we went to Obesity Week, several of the companies like Amgen didn't have a GLP-1 on the market, because right now it's only Lilly and Novo, but they had one in development. So they wanted to be a presence at this big Obesity Week conference, so people would start knowing the names. And that's how we know them, because our booth was right across from the Amgen booth, and they were making lattes with your face on it.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
They took your picture and put your face on a latte. That was a lot of fun. And I remember Amgen did that, right? I guess it worked for whatever that was worth. Maria says, I can do New York. I'm on Long Island. Maybe is what that was supposed to be.
I believe that's what it says.
Long Island. My roommate from college lives on Long Island. She lives up the island.
Naturalista says the CC will work on replay. So I guess it just doesn't work live.
It live. Interesting. Maybe it takes a minute to translate it and put it in. Linda G. When food noise came back on day 5, I went through 2 Core Power chocolate shakes. Not my usual daily one, but no other additional food. Was that a save or a fail? Well, I think
there's no saves and fails.
I think that's a save, Linda. Like, what do you mean? You drank an extra protein drink? Good for you. Like your body said, I need more. These tirzepatide has a half-life in your body of 5 days. So on your 5th day after you take the shot, you might feel a little hungrier, and that's a great choice to add something high in protein to kind of get you through that.
And depending on which one of those core powers it was, that could be like
44 grams of protein.
88 grams of protein.
And those things are pricey. So if you're drinking more than one a day,
it's like $10 with core powers.
got some cash flow going. So good for you. I mean, sometimes on day 5 when I'm hungry, look for something protein, like maybe a Greek yogurt or maybe an apple with some peanut butter, something with some fiber that can help fill that out a little bit too. Lynn says, thanks for your super chat, Lynn. ReCC. Couldn't find it on the phone. TV lower right settings. Oh, so maybe if you're watching on TV, you can do that. Well, thanks, Lynn, for that $1.99. Oh, wait. She says, never mind. Tried TV, says not available. Thank you. Well, thanks for trying, Lynn. I appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, I will go look, and it may just be a function of it doesn't do it live, and it only does it for the replay. Yeah. Honestly, because I've never watched myself live, I don't really know the answer to that question.
Well, actually, no, the tablet is not, you're on StreamYard on the tablet. It's very complicated here in the Downsized World headquarters.
It's our house in the suburbs.
It's the Downsized World headquarters.
It's the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. That's from Phineas and Ferb. Miss WW. I took my first shot on Zepbound with a quick pen switch from Wegovy. Thanks for your video. It was a breeze. Thank you. Thanks to your video. Yep, Christopher did a quick pen how-to video. It's about 20 minutes long. Some people just, didn't have 20 minutes to spend to learn how to use their new medication. So if that's too long for you, then good luck to you. But if you watch,
and honestly, I go into a lot of detail. I read all the instructions. We have a conversation about travel case.
I think I come in at the end.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. In reality, when you do that on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis, it takes a few minutes. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Once you've done it a couple times, it's just done.
Click. Reba. I'm just overweight. Yay! From 55 BMI, morbidly obese, to 29.9 overweight. Wow, that's a big jump. Congratulations. She says, thank you, Zepbound. I think I've seen your name here before, but I don't think I've ever seen your picture. So good for you for putting a picture in there. You look fantastic. Zepbound is definitely the star of the show. Belle of the ball, star of the show. Everybody wants to be Zepbound. GLP-1 for seniors. Did I hear you will be up my way with Greet and Meet?
Yeah, I'm going to figure that out. That's one of those things I say and Laraine says no, and we're going to still do it.
Well, we're coming to New York to see Harry Styles, but we're coming with our children, and we can't come then because it's going to be, we're busy. But there's another thing that he's working on, possibly, what we would like to do in our grand scheme of the downsized world domination theory is that we'd like to do some events where we come to a theater near you or a hotel ballroom near you where we rent some space and we have some doctors come in and maybe we interview them in front of a live audience, and maybe people buy a ticket, a reasonably priced ticket, for an afternoon or an evening of the Downsized, and an obesity medicine specialist doctor that can also give their medical point of view on the conversation. So that's kind of what we're trying to do, and we're trying to figure it out. So like and subscribe. Hang with us.
Essentially, I have to figure it all out because she panics about the money of it, because it does cost us something. And I believe we can make it happen because hey, 2 years later we have 50 some odd thousand subscribers. Crazy, I know.
Crazy, yeah.
So we'll figure it out, and I would like to do that
that's what we're trying
in Dallas, Chicago, and New York.
Most of the time when we
I'd like to do a California one, but I haven't figured that out.
California. So my kids have been watching the OC.
You just went down a rabbit hole, babe.
Yeah, California. Well, I have relatives in California. We've been doing meetups where we have been traveling for our other business anyway, so it didn't really cost us anything.
Go on a cruise or what have you.
Yeah. So, but we want to do some like intentional coming to a city and maybe setting up and selling tickets, and maybe a $50 ticket, a $25. I don't want to, price it out of anybody's reach, but I want to pay for what it would cost us to like rent the ballroom there, and maybe pay for a doctor's travel costs to come be with us or something.
Well, I think if we did it correctly, we could position it where the doctors are.
Well, that would be,
and because those are major cities with major research facilities and hospitals. That's where they live. That's
the idea. Janet Wells says, hey, I actually caught a live in real time, saw my PCP today, just to ask for updated A1C, etc., plus to make sure she's up on the bridge program. I was locked and loaded with Christopher's videos just in case.
There you go.
Good for you. It's always good to come in feeling empowered with information, right? For your doctor, like, doctor, look at this. Doctor, I want you to do this for me. I want to be on this. I want to rock right now. I'm Rob Bass, and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone. Patty Fish says, I've been on Ozempic for 3 weeks. I have been having bad headaches leading to migraines. Oh, no. My physician has switched me to Wegovy. That's the same thing as Ozempic, Patty. I don't hear people talking about this. Ozempic and Wegovy are both semaglutide. That's not going to change. If the headaches are from the medication, you're not going to see any difference going from Ozempic to Wegovy. And your doctor should kind of know that. So I'm not a doctor, but I do know that.
It happens. Typically what it happens is, and again, not doctors, I would go back and make sure, number one, you're hydrated.
Yes.
These medications make it harder to drink water. We talk about water all the time. Show your big cup.
Water.
Make sure you're hydrated, whatever's appropriate to you. I don't give specific recommendations on water, but make sure you're hydrated.
Yeah.
Number two, make sure you're getting enough nutrients in your body.
Right.
So although we
She's
talk about
been
protein a
three
lot,
weeks.
we also need vitamins and minerals. And a lot of times early on, it's really hard to eat.
Right. Especially those first 3 weeks.
So start with those two things. Switch to the Wegovy, but it's the same medication. It's both made by Novo Nordisk. They're made in the same factory. They simply have different labels on them. In fact, I probably have two here.
I mean, maybe you want to switch to Mounjaro or Zepbound. Are
Yeah.
you a type 2 diabetic? Is that why you started on Ozempic? Just, wondering if that has anything to do with anything. But yeah, this is all good questions for your doctor. I have gotten migraines in my life. My sister suffers from migraines a lot, and I know how debilitating they can be. So yeah, ask your doctor if there's some medication that you can take for the migraines after you've hydrated and eaten, and seeing if any of that can help. GLP-1 teacher's journey. What time does the first meeting start on the first day of OAC? Driving down from Orlando from Northern Illinois.
I don't remember.
There's an opening. You can go on their website and they have the agenda there. There's an opening, like an opening little reception, and I believe it's at maybe 5 p.m. or maybe 7 p.m. on not Tuesday, not Wednesday, but Thursday.
And then Dr. Anya Yastreboff is on stage right after that. So I would not miss that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So at 7 p.m., they're going to have a panel. It's going to be Dr. Anya, our friend Mike on a Mission, the president of the OAC, and another, is it Michelle Tedder? No. And another lady who is on the board of the OAC. So that will be the opening thing on which not Tuesday,
Thursday.
On Thursday night. Yeah. We're getting there on Tuesday. We're going to go to a Disney World meetup with Mike on a Mission and his group on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to be setting up all day. And then the conference opens Thursday evening. And then it goes all day Friday. And there's something at night. And then it goes Saturday. And then there's something at night. And then it's over. But it should all be on their website. Barb, New York in March. I'll be there 13th for a cruise.
Probably
cruising
not.
out of that New Jersey Bay out. We went out of that port.
I think we'll probably do something. If we do New York, it'll be in the fall of this year. 2027, I haven't begun to even...
I was looking at the calendar. We could probably do something in April. I don't know. We'll have to figure all that out. We got lost. We're busy around here. We're making videos every day. We're doing stuff. We're interviewing people. We're now we're getting ready to travel, and so we'll figure it out. Tiffany Finley, how do you travel with the shot on the plane? How do you keep it cold? Where's our travel case?
It's downstairs.
We have a travel case. I don't have it handy, but it comes with reusable, freezable cold packs, right? And so you can put your pens in it. You can put your needle and where's my vial? You can put your needle and vial in it, and you put it in your carry-on. Don't check it. Put it in your carry-on. You put it through security. They may open it up and look at it.
They don't usually. I've only had it done once, and we travel all the time.
Yeah. Usually they're just, the biggest comment we ever got was, "Oh, nice case." The cases are available on Amazon. We've got some on our website at thedownsized.org. But they're really kind of everywhere.
But you could use a lunch box. You're just trying to keep it.
A thermos.
Yeah.
Mochi sends it in those blue thermoses. I know my friend Sandy uses her thermos for travel. And then when you get to where you're going, you can use it as a water bottle because it's food safe on the inside, the Mochi thermoses. But yeah, there's travel cases.
But yeah, The other thing I would tell you is don't worry about the TSA. They don't care.
They see it all the time.
Because they also see all kinds of other injectables, diabetics and Taltz and EpiPens, and there's a million injectables out there. They see them all the time.
Yep.
They don't pay any attention
Actually,
to
didn't we just talk about this on our last
we did.
weekly weigh-in?
We did.
Was that the one we posted on Friday?
Yeah.
Or was it the Q&A? The Q&A.
This is the Q&A. Yeah.
So the video we posted this past Sunday, what's today, Wednesday? Just go back a couple days. And it's the Q&A with the Downsized. We talk about travel cases specifically.
And so if you've got a quick pen, because you got on bridge, once you use this pen, because of the way they're made, once you use it, you can keep it out of refrigeration at room temperature for 28 days.
Once punctured, yeah.
Once punctured, so. And then, like, I have a little case. Grab it.
Oh, you had it up here. Yeah, this case goes to this is on our
This is not a
store.
refrigerated case. This is just a travel case.
Yeah, because with the quick pen, you put your little needles in there.
And the pen goes in here. Oh, the other way.
And we got this for our daughter to take with her on her big trip. And then
the needles
she
go.
didn't take it. So
Well, she took the other shots.
she took that, yeah. So now we have two. Does this one have something in it?
It does have a pen in it.
Does this have anything in it?
Nope, used. Daydream Believer says, watching from the bathtub.
So here's the Zepbound quick pen.
And here's the Mounjaro one from England.
Somebody sent us one from the UK a long time ago when we first started, and then this.
Notice they look exactly the same. This is the same thing as the Wegovy Ozempic conversation. Mounjaro, quick, Zepbound, Eli Lilly, same medicine, different label.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyway, there's that. Let's keep that on the table. We can use that as a visual aid. I'm a visual learner. Daydream Believers watching from the bathtub. Ooh la la. I always want to sing Homecoming Queen after I say Daydream Believer. Be Well with Cara. Hey, Cara. Hi, Christopher and Laraine. Great live. Appreciate you both. Our friend Cara, we did an interview with her, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And she, when you mentioned Taltz, she's on Taltz. She's on Taltz.
Yep.
And there's a program, if you're on Taltz, you can get on Zepbound for $25.
You can get them both for $25.
This lady was persistent, and she didn't take no for an answer, and she had to call and call and call because the website didn't work and the form didn't work. She called and called and called and called and called, and she finally got somebody to help her. So proof that persistence pays off, and proof that it also helps to be nice to people. So Arlos 95. Hi, Patty Fish. I'm new too. I'm on tirzepatide for 2 weeks, doing well with just some constipation, and the Mag 07 works. Thank you, Downsized. Well, cool. Glad to have you guys here. Patty Fish. It's like patty cake, patty fish, go fish. There's a band called Fish.
There is a band called Fish.
Our travel agent Kelly used to follow around.
I think she still does.
I think she still does if they come close enough to where we live. All right. Well, it's 9:02, Christopher Durham.
Now let's see. We've got to see. I was right about the belly. Let's see.
It's more fat than loose skin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure Barb's talking to her in the comments about.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you keep losing weight, you're going to lose the fat, right? It's just the loose skin it's really not a lot you can do for it short of surgery, compression garment. Cacel Fractal. Hello. I've wanted to try a GLP-1 for some time, but could never afford it. I'm in Canada. Well, it's your lucky day, Cat. And recently the price for me has dropped to $98 Canadian for semaglutide. So happy to say I'm in my second week. Yeah, because it went generic in Canada because somebody at Novo Nordisk dropped the ball and didn't renew the patent in Canada.
Now, there's always somebody that comes on and comments and says, "Oh, that was a strategic move." It
wasn't.
Somebody lost their job over that.
Well, and Novo even says they gave them like multiple chances to renew it, and they just.
Well, the Canadian government says that.
Oh yeah, the Canadian government said they sent Novo multiple notices to renew it, and nobody ever got around to it, or nobody's paying attention, or we're not sure what happened there. But yeah, well, that's fantastic that you're able to get it in Canada. Becky Clark says, I have a Downsizers hoodie and I love it. I get several looks, but no one has asked me yet the meaning. Maybe this fall or winter, someone will ask. I'm ready to talk about the Downsized. Well, that's great, Becky. Thanks for supporting us and like that. Yeah, I have a tank top that says Downsized on it. I wear it to the gym sometimes. Like, what is that? What do you do? What? Because people at my gym are just nosy. they're just going to ask questions, and then I'm just going to tell them. I just tell them all about it.
All right. Well, it has been 2 hours, right?
It has been, indeed.
It has been 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's still a whole bunch of questions in here, so we didn't get to everybody's questions. I apologize. Maybe next time, if you'd like to, if we didn't answer your question today, you can go over to our Ask the Downsized videos. And leave it under there as a question. And we do those videos on Sundays.
We now have a series on Sundays called Ask the Downsized.
It's just quick Q&A. So we
take your questions.
I pull usually 10, 20 questions, depending on how long it takes for us to talk about them. And we go through the questions.
Yeah. So we do our weekly weigh-in on Friday, where we tell you about our particular journey. Sunday is the Q&A. Monday is the Downsized News. That's our most popular show of the week. And then throughout the week, Tuesday, Members Live. Wednesday, Everybody Live. Thursday, it's usually a doctor or a Downsized Dish.
There's 2 Downsized Dish interviews coming out tomorrow.
There you go. So yeah, we do something every day, and sometimes we do 2 in a day. Why? I'm not sure. Well,
I'm not turning down any Downsized Dishes, and I want to get them out.
Right. Well, and then on Saturdays, I've been doing a series on step aerobics, where I'm kind of teaching you some basic step aerobics moves, and then I kind of do a little 10-minute little thing at the end, and you're either into that or you're not. So if you watch that, I appreciate it. If you're not into it, no worries. And then we've been doing cooking videos, but we haven't done one lately. If you want to go back and watch our Downsized Cooks series, we made some good GLP-1 friendly stuff. So if you're looking for ideas, you can check that out.
We just missed one. I'll probably do one this Saturday.
Are we going to do one Saturday?
Probably.
What are we going to make?
I think I'm going to do a grilled chicken parmesan and a chicken tortellini. Lots of protein.
Chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
That's
grilled chicken parmesan. Grilled chicken parmesan.
All right, we've got chicken in the refrigerator.
I've got to make it with what I have, or I've got to go to the store.
Tortellini in the refrigerator.
Well, that tortellini has like 16 grams of protein per serving.
How much is the serving?
I don't have it all memorized.
Oh, I was just curious. I want to know how many tortellini I get for my serving.
We'll record that.
I'm going to weigh it and
we
measure
can record
it,
that tomorrow for dinner, and we'll figure it out.
It's like I know 17 turkey pepperonis are in a serving of turkey pepperoni, and that's like also 11 grams of protein.
But I mean, if you think about it, and I'm not making this
tomorrow,
a lot of pepperonis. I mean, you could do that 16-gram chicken tortellini with ground chicken and a tomato sauce with lots of good veggies. So make it like a bolognese, and then do it as a pink bolognese and make it creamy with some cottage cheese.
Sounds terrible.
Holy cow, you get to like 60 grams of protein. I'm telling you, you would be up there. And it'd be tasty as heck. It would be tasty. When she says it's terrible, always best thing ever.
Usually if I say it's a really bad idea, that's how we ended up here. Actually, I didn't think this was a bad idea, oddly enough, because this did turn out to be a good idea. But anyway, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. Hope you like and subscribe. You can share our videos with your friends that maybe don't understand GLP-1s, or maybe they want to get on the Bridge program. Share a Bridge video. I just made a video last week, some tips for getting started. Somebody asked me at the gym, what if you're GLP-1 curious? Do you have some good videos for that? I'd send them that tips to get started, and tell them to come on over to YouTube and like and subscribe to The Downsized.
Yep. Thank you very much for joining us. So stay tuned next week. We will be live several times, but it will be at different times because we will be in Orlando at the Your Weight Matters conference, and we'll probably have some guests on the live.
Yeah, so hit that notification bell, and then that way when he sets up the live, you'll get a notification. See how that works? Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is
Good
Christopher
night.
Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized.